Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fairhope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, and Lancaster Fairfield Community Action Recycling and Litter Prevention.
Thank you for joining us for Fairfield Today. I'm David Wool with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and we're proud to be able to bring you this show each month to talk about what's going on at Fairfield DD, what we do, why it's important, and we're going to talk about that in just a few moments. But before we do, I wanted to talk a little bit about March being DD Awareness Month. March is Developmental Disabilities Awareness Month in Ohio and across the country, and Fairfield DD has been working hard on a number of awareness events throughout the community. Things like Advocacy Day at the State House earlier this month, and we have a Blue Shoe art program going on right now that features art from the 1920s. That's the theme for our celebration of possibilities, the Roaring 20s, and so it's a great show. March 14th, there's an artist reception there, and we have been in front of civics groups and networking groups. We've been meeting with chambers of commerce and executive directors for our economic development departments and city council and commissioners, government, just to get the word out about what's going on in our community and why it's important with regard to the services and supports that we provide here at Fairfield DD. We've also been or are going to be at 3 junior high and middle schools throughout the month, so part of a campaign to spread the word, to end the word, to remove the R word from the vocabulary of our young people, and it's a great opportunity to partner together with the community and talk about DD advocacy and awareness. I'd encourage you to check out our website, fairfielddd.com, and also our Facebook pages. We have a number of Facebook pages. Just search for the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, and you will find them. Here in a little while, we're going to talk about the celebration of possibilities, but before we do that, we wanted to meet with one of the award winners today, and we have with us John Picard, Superintendent of Fairfield DD, and John Wagner, who's one of the award winners and a physical therapist here at Forest Rose. John, welcome.
Thank you.
Good to be here. So John, tell us a little bit about what you do here at Forest Rose, what it means to be a physical therapist here with our students.
Okay. I am the physical therapist for the school age and the preschool here at Forest Rose. As it says, physical therapy, I use physical means, which you think of maybe heat, massage, and modalities like that, but also exercise and various pieces of equipment to help children to move about, to walk, to propel themselves in wheelchairs, to give them mobility and access, especially here in a school setting, access to the educational process.
And so you've been here for quite a while?
I've been here,
It's been that long.
yeah, 12 years this time, but it was 4 years in the 80s, so it's been a total of 16 years.
16 years, and just to read a little bit from your nomination form, it says, John uses cutting-edge research and technology to help children achieve independence in their environments as he works to help them become mobile. That kind of sums up what you do here as you work with the technology and the equipment we have to help our students.
Yes. Once a child with disability gets to school age, they tend not to change a whole lot from one level to another in terms of independence. But at this point, we need to increase the repertoire of what they can do through adaptive equipment. And as you can see, we're in a setting here with equipment all around us. It's been wonderful that they give me the space here and to accept and maintain a lot of donated equipment that children have grown out of. And so then we have additional things to use, plus people have written grants. The school has been generous with the budget to give us equipment. We have some real cutting-edge things. Behind us, we have this treadmill that looks like a common treadmill, but it goes down to as slow as 1/10 of a mile an hour, which you can't go to Sears and buy that. And then we have this harness system over here that I can hang someone in like a parachute harness and put them over that treadmill, and it reduces a lot of the spastic influences and enables us to use some of the basic reflexes that we're all born with to get stepping going and get to walking where they might not have otherwise been able to.
Great.
Well, John, it's a pleasure to be here in your house of fun today. And let me give you, first of all, ahead of the celebration, my congratulations for being named getting the Distinguished Service Award. I can't think of anybody that's more deserving at this point. I think you're probably one of the top physical therapists in the state, and the fact that we've been able to have you be part of our team for as long as we have, and to see some of the progress and some of the incredible, almost miraculous types of changes we've seen in some kids is nothing short of fantastic. Why don't you maybe tell us a little bit about a couple of examples of not only some of the things you're doing, but most recently I can remember, for example, the situation with Zach. I think it was is a neat story.
Zach Barr was one that was a lot of fun. I had seen Zach in the 80s when he came into our program in the 0 to 3 class, and we were working on head control and basic sitting up. And then when I came back here in 2002, I got to see Zach again, and he still had not been able to do much more than that on his own. But with equipment, we were able to help him to keep postures upright and sitting. But he was still spending most of his day in the wheelchair. And then shortly after that, we got the harness and the treadmill here. And Zach was a prime example. I put him on this, and this piece of equipment was large enough for him. He was a pretty big boy by then. And sure enough, you take a newborn baby and put their feet against a table, they're going to step up automatically. It gets a lot of parents excited. They think their baby's walking, but it's an automatic reflex. Zach still had that reflex, and it got him stepping. And we kept doing it week after week, and he started walking longer periods of time to where I could transfer him over to one of these pony walkers over here, which is that's a brand name, a type of gait trainer walker that supported him very easily. And sure enough, he kept going with the stepping process, and he started, walking 5 feet, 10 feet. Every week we worked until he could walk down the length of this hall. It wasn't going to make him an independent ambulator, but it gave him mobility, and he became more alert. And by the end of that year, he was able to walk up to get his diploma when he graduated, which was rather exciting.
Yeah, that was very cool.
Yeah.
I also know one of the really neat things that you put into place here a while back that parents continue to talk about is the John Wagner driver's license. Why don't you tell us a little bit about what that's all about?
Yeah, that's a lot of fun we've had. You'll see over there along the wall, there's 3 or 4 power wheelchairs that we had donated. One of our staff members, David Maciosi, the APE teacher, who also had connections with the Development Center over on, 6th Avenue. He said, "We've got a lot of extra chairs. Could you use those here, the power wheelchairs?" And I said, "Well, yeah, I'd love to try them." A lot of our children are so limited that if they went up to the clinic in Columbus, they would get 1 or 2 opportunities to try a power wheelchair, and if they failed, that's it. They never get to try again. Well, with cerebral palsy, it takes a lot longer. Your reactions are slower. You have spasticity to overcome. And so I was real excited to get these chairs and give some of our kids a chance. And one of the first ones was Dale Brick. I'm sure you heard from his family because he took off in it. And as he took off, I had to find ways to curb his exuberance because he would crash into walls sometimes on purpose. And I really wanted to teach him safety, so I figured I'm going to give him a license. I just took the common Ohio driver's license and kind of copied it on a paint program on the computer and adapted it to wheelchair and made him the first one. He's got 001 as his number on it. And that gave him incentive because he knew he would lose his license if he didn't do it right. And he gained such control, the teacher was able to let him come into the classroom and use it. And now he's left us and went on to his local school, but he was able to be the ring bearer in a wedding that summer and drive himself up and down the aisle. And he then was able to get his own wheelchair and has done very well with it. Shortly thereafter, we had another preschooler who was a child who really was hesitant to try much of anything. He had not real severe cerebral palsy, but it took him a lot of effort to work on walking in the walkers and so forth. And he really wasn't interested in the treadmill and all this. He was very shy, very withdrawn. He wouldn't answer the teacher very willingly. And we put him in the power chair, and it was like a whole new person. His personality came out. Suddenly he had independent mobility, and he became like a leader. He wanted to be the line leader to, walk them all to lunch and so forth. And again, it just opened up opportunity. He's also in his local school now, driving himself independently, where he would have been having to have an aide push him around. He could not propel his own chair. He would tire so quickly. So that's been great. And I've got one high schooler here who is at a very severe level of spasticity. And she wanted it so badly. She's got a very good mind. She wanted to do this, and she has worked so hard. She can only barely bump that joystick with her knuckles to control it well, but she has learned to steer. And she had, I took the license that I made and made it vertical. They get their temps first. And she knew what that meant. She had her temps, and she wouldn't get her regular license, the horizontal one, until she could turn left and right, stop and go on command, and go through a doorway without bumping. She worked so hard every week, and she got that. The other thing I need to mention about this is it's the team effort, because, here Dave brought me the equipment. I enjoy the trust of the administration that lets me keep these things here and gives me the room. And then the teachers let me have those kids follow up. In all three of those cases, the teachers are allowing those students to come into their classroom in these chairs and get that practice. And so it becomes a very functional, very successful program.
It's the neat thing, John, about you talking about all this, and I think exemplifies why you're deserving of this award, is the fact that after all these years, you and I aren't young people anymore.
No.
We're probably young at heart, but
Right.
age-wise, we're not young anymore. But you telling those stories, the excitement and just the passion comes out in terms of what you do. So
I do
again,
enjoy it.
Thank you from me personally, and certainly from us at Fairfield TD.
I appreciate the trust that is given me to know what I'm doing here and to try these things.
Some great stories and some important work. So as John said, thank you for the work you're doing here at Forest Rose, and congratulations on your award.
Thank you very much.
Thanks for joining us today. We appreciate it. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, it'll be John Picard and I. We'll talk a little bit about the Celebration of Possibilities and what's going to happen on March 27th. You're watching Fairfield Today with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities here today at Forest Rose. We'll be right back.
Today, about 1 in 5 Americans is living with a disability. Over 50 million people, including many of our friends and neighbors, teachers and co-workers, heroes and leaders. 20 years ago, the Americans with Disabilities Act guaranteed every person the right to live, work, and participate fully in the American experience. We've come a long way since then, and we are committed to making even more progress in the years ahead. Visit disability.gov to see how you can help.
Back here on Fairfield Today with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities at Forest Rose today. Just talked with John Wagner and the great work he's doing here. Congratulations to him once again. He'll receive his award at the annual Celebration of Possibilities, and John and I are here to talk a little bit about the celebration and maybe its evolution, where we've come from, where we're going, and what's going to happen this year. So the 6th annual Celebration of Possibilities. And I always love to tell a story, John. I attended this event before I came on board here with Fairfield DD, and I like to summarize it as a very entertaining and emotional evening. It's a great event, and we hear about that often. I wonder, talk about the success of the event, why you think it's grown so much, and us moving from place to place to place over the last several years.
Well, I think it's, David, it's because it's not just an awards presentation. It's not just something where we recognize individuals and people. That's a very important part of it. But I think we do it in an entertaining way also. We've listened very closely since the very first one we did back in 2009. We've asked people, what did you like about it? What didn't you like about it? Because I'll tell you, that first one in 2009, we were scared to death. We were worried that nobody was going to come. We're going to throw a party and we're not going to have anybody there. So we thought, okay, who can we bring on as a guest presenter, as someone that can then wrap things up for us? And so we brought Archie Griffin. We figured, well, people will come to see Archie Griffin if they don't come to see us. Well, it turns out even Archie himself said, this is a fantastic event. You didn't need me to bring people in. The message, the excitement, the entertainment stands on its own. And so we've always tried to keep it that way. We've always tried to keep it where people are not only become aware of what we do through our partners and through the businesses and the individuals who are part of this that are being recognized that evening, but also we try to change it up in terms of entertainment and getting people pumped up and wondering, what are we going to do next year?
Yeah, and so we started the Liberty Center back 6 years ago and outgrew it quickly. This event sells out every single year. We moved to Crossroads. We fit about 420 folks in there. Always had a waiting list of folks who couldn't get in, and so we move again. Talk a little bit about the move and where we're going and what we might expect to see this year for the 6th annual celebration.
Okay, well, the first year, again, the first 3 years, we held it at the Liberty Center, and it's been it was always a dinner and celebration ceremony. First year we almost sold out. Second and third year we actually, with my administrative assistant Gaynor selling tickets, I think we oversold a little bit because she could sell ice cubes to Eskimos, and so she really got things going there. But we decided we needed to move to be able to accommodate more people. So in year 4 we moved to Crossroads Center. We're there 2 years, and again, last year we probably had anywhere from 50 to 100 people requesting tickets that we couldn't accommodate because of the size of the venue. We wanted to add some more production value also to the event, so we landed on the auditorium, the theater at Bloom Carroll Middle School this year, which can accommodate somewhere between, I think, 600, 700 people, but it's in more of a theater type of setting. It's we can actually sort of put on a show, as it were. We've eliminated dinner as part of the event this year, but we're having heavy hors d'oeuvres out in the outside of the theater before the event. People will then come to the theater. Our theme is based on the Roaring '20s. We have the Nostalgics, a big band playing for us. Our guests this year for us are the Dancing Wheels, which is an inclusive dance troupe out of Cleveland, made up of individuals with and without disabilities. So it should be a pretty neat time.
Yeah, and it's been interesting to see how the event has evolved over the years. And so we're talking about the Celebration of Possibilities. It is March 27th. It begins at 6 p.m., right, with the heavy hors d'oeuvres and appetizers that you're talking about before. And then close to 7, we'll all kind of head into the theater and kind of get ready for the show. And we've been talking about this idea of, think Oscars or Academy Awards. It's that kind of thing. So as you said, it's not just us handing people awards and them giving a speech and that all night, but it's entertaining. And there'll be opportunities and always some surprises.
And entertainment might be in the eyes of the beholder, too. If you remember last year, we sprung a surprise on people at the end of the year where Jake and Elwood Blues showed up at the end, which we enjoyed it if nobody else did. I think we have a couple surprises in store for people this year, too. So we're not going to say you have to get the ticket and you have to come and see what that surprise is going to be.
Yeah, that's right. And so you talk about tickets, and so you can get tickets a couple of different ways. The easiest way is to go to fairfielddd.com. If you go to fairfielddd.com, the information is there on how to get in contact with us. Tickets are $25 this year. And again, I know you say we're at a larger venue, and I know you say we can seat 600 or 100 or so folks, but I'm telling you, I'm expecting that we're going to be close to sell out again because of so many people wanting tickets last year that couldn't get it. And if you've been to the event, it certainly speaks for itself, and we certainly invite you to come back. If you've never been there, let's take a quick look at a retrospective that we put together last year for the 5th annual Celebration of Possibilities. It gives you an idea of exactly what the event is and what happens.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Superintendent of the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, John P.
Good evening and welcome everybody to our 2nd annual Celebration of Possibilities.
Are an inspirer to someone.
Welcome everybody to the 3rd annual Celebration of Possibilities with the Fairfield County
It is for you and them that we can truly celebrate tonight and every day these
When we first started doing this 4 years ago, I don't think we ever would have dreamed that it would grow to something like this.
I just gotta say thank you to you guys for supporting this tonight. This is awesome, and thank you for
Never
having me
lose
be me.
your faith, whatever that faith is. Thank you and God bless.
Is that in the game of football, just like in life, things do get tough, you get knocked down, it's a struggle at times to get back up. But the real challenge is to always get back up and continue to strive and reach for the goal in which you set for yourself. Now, I've heard it said that adversity teaches a person to know him or herself, and I truly believe that. because in the face of adversity, you find out if you're a fighter or if you're a quitter. But you too are an inspirer to someone. And I just want to urge and encourage you to live your lives in a way that those who you inspire will someday stand up and say that you made a difference in their lives.
I was honored to be able to have Adam Ortiz, who is an extraordinary young man, become a part of our team at Giant Eagle. He ensures that every customer that comes through his line is 100% satisfied when they leave there. And if you don't believe me, I'd encourage you to stop by sometime, go through his line, and just see how accommodating he truly is.
Great possibilities are created by those who look at life's challenges with the deepest sense of can-do. Those people who help themselves personally to overcome various challenges or help others to do so. It is for you and them that we can truly celebrate tonight and every day these possibilities that you have created.
On behalf of Fairfield Medical Center, I would like to thank and acknowledge our administrative leadership for their support to this program. And I want to thank all of the partners that have been involved in this program. It has been such a collaborative and supportive program. As any first-year program, we planned for what could go wrong. What we didn't plan for was what could go right. And as I tell people, I wish I could bottle up and sell what they have brought to Fairfield Medical Center. They have brought a whole nother level of positivity and a whole nother level of pride.
Again, on behalf of the McGee family, thank you very much.
Mine, it's all mine.
Stop! What are you doing? Stop! I need to talk to you.
Nope. I don't talk to anybody but John. Off, Mayor. I don't talk to anybody else.
John, you got to get down here. Your comedian has stolen my RV. He hijacked it and he won't get out. And he'll only talk to you. So, John, get down here.
Mayor, what's going on?
Your comedian hijacked my RV.
Well, let's go hide behind the Prius. He may hurt somebody.
That's my goal. You know, I hope, you leave here having a good time. But, you know what I want you to take from my show is, like, I want you to leave here with a different perspective of disabled people, physically and mentally disabled people. Like, what I want for you is to leave here, and I want you guys to be more afraid of us.
To sit here and listen to all of the incredible creative things going on in this county, as well as the way you as a community come together to support each other. You know, there's some of us that really need a lot of assistance to kind of make it through each day, and to kind of see how you all come together in this community from many different walks of lives to support each other to be the most you can be.
I don't know where to start, but I've sat in on the awards committee for the last 2 years, and I thought it was kind of strange that I wasn't invited. Last year, I thought, well, I think I offended John or someone. It's like, so now I know the reason.
I want to let you know our mission statement at Rockmill is helping people live better. And I want you to understand that the people standing help my residents live better. And there's nothing more that you need to know about this program if you're not involved than that. So thank you very much on behalf of Rockmill Rehabilitation Center.
The real disabilities in life are hatred, prejudice, abuse, hypocrisy, greed, and despair. Those are the disabilities that threaten mankind. And our only weapon against those disabilities is love, forgiveness, helping one another to allow all of us to live life to its fullest, and never underestimate the power of the human spirit. Never lose your faith, whatever that faith is.
So as you can see, Celebration of Possibilities, a great evening, again, entertaining, emotional, and always a great night. A great night in the community, a great night to recognize those folks who help us achieve our mission of bringing about a vibrant community where people lead fulfilling lives and make meaningful contributions. And John, I'm excited. It's going to be another great event.
It's going to be neat. And again, tickets, go to the website. Tickets are $25. You can either call Gaynor at 740-652-7220. Also, there's an email address on the website for you to go to if you'd like to email for tickets. Again, it's going to be a great night. I'm excited. Last year we began live streaming the event, and I think we had somewhere around 60 or 70 people actually watching the live stream, which I was just amazed at. We also had somebody live tweeting the event. Right. Whatever that means. We had somebody live tweeting the event in terms of what was going on, throwing pictures up on our Twitter page the whole night. So I'm sure that'll be on our Facebook page as well in terms of continuing to update the night. So we've turned into a multimedia platform giant with the celebration.
Maybe we should try to crash Twitter like the Oscars
That would
did.
be neat. We can all do selfies of ourselves and see if we can crash it. One more thing I wanted to mention, David, before we close, and that is folks have noticed that either I or David have hosted the show the last, this will be 3 months now. John Boster's our usual host of the show, and as you all know, he's been out for a while, but I'm pleased to say, just to update all of those of you who are concerned, that he's back. I'm hoping he's going to be back to host the April show again. He's here with us today, actually, but he's behind the camera watching and giving directions. But we're certainly glad he's back and glad he's doing well and feeling well. So, John, welcome back, and people hopefully will see you on this side of the camera with next month's show.
Absolutely. Well, thanks for joining us again at fairfielddd.com or 652-7220 to get tickets for the Celebration of Possibilities. Thanks for joining us today for Fairfield Today with the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities from Forest Rose School. We look forward to seeing you next time.
Interface Video presents Fairfield Today. Brought to you by Fairfield Federal Savings and Loan, Fairfield Medical Center, Fair Hope Hospice and Palliative Care, the Fairfield County Board of Developmental Disabilities, the Frankie Smith Funeral Home, Ohio University Lancaster, and Lancaster Fairfield Community Action Recycling and Litter Prevention.